A friend of mine had this situation go on with a texture that they made seamless, and that when they put it on the SketchUp model, there's a strong kind of pattern that kind of repeats itself, mostly because of these larger elements in it, and asked if they had any suggestions on perhaps how to create the texture in such a way that it's not quite as obvious. I'll be honest, it's going to be kind of hard because of the way the size of the piece is. Ideally, you'd want to get a piece large enough that you would have, like a 4 or 5 foot by 5 foot piece that you could bring in here and work with it. But I'm going to take a look at the file and bring it into Photoshop and see if I can help out with some of this texture situation. So here's a piece in Photoshop, and I can see that it's got big chunks all around the perimeter, and then just a few in the middle. So I mean, these are the ones, because they're so regularly spaced and so kind of the same size, I can see that being the problem. So one thing I'll do is I'll select it, select all, or just Control A. I'll do edit copy, or Control C. So I copied it, and I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size. So the canvas size here is this. I'm just going to put this little dot in the corner here, so it's going to grow to the right and downwards. And I'm just going to type in double this. It's going to be 1200 pixels will be more than enough on both directions. And so now I've got a workspace where I can start laying out my pieces. Control V, or edit paste, and I'm just going to put it here. You can start seeing the pattern here that's going to happen. Press enter, Control V, I'm going to put it here, Control V, and put this one here. So I've got a four-part pattern here, and I'm just going to press enter. And then what I'll do here on the side is I'm going to go ahead, right click, and flatten this image. So now we've got it flattened, so it's just one image. I'll do Control V one more time, and this one I'm going to put kind of in the middle, and I'm going to give it kind of an angle to it. And I'll just put it over to like this side a little bit. I'm going to make it look like this rock is good. And then I'm going to zoom up on this and erase some things out. So I'm going to do E for erase, and for example, I think I'm going to try and get this little stone out of here, and I'm going to use the hard round, because all these have pretty sharp edges, so I don't want it fuzzing out on me. So I'm just going to get in there and kind of. So some of these rocks I'm just going to resize. All I'm doing now is making sure that this edge looks real. And by throwing this in at an angle, I've created kind of a different patterning that would normally happen. The perimeter still is going to have that patterning, but we'll see how this kind of lays out as I do this. I'm going to do that a second. I'm going to make my little circle a little smaller, so I can get more of a. This is a smaller rock we're saying, right? All right, so we got that in there. We got this, okay. This one here, let's kind of make this something like that. All right, so I'm just kind of going around here and I'm making smaller rocks on these bigger ones in the middle. Again, if I don't like the way it's going, I can Control Z to get it back, and I can just kind of. So I can always see that the edges are kind of fuzzing out on me. I don't know where they're happening. So if I can't tell there's something going on there, then that's a good blend there. I'm going on. I'm going to skip this rock for a second. I'm going to do that. I'm going to Control Z that one too. I think I'm going to want to do something with this lower one here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use my clone stamp tool. I'm going to go down here and just kind of pick this, and I'm just going to kind of, oops, make sure I'm the right one. Pick this, and I'm going to kind of do something like this here. Okay, smaller rocks. Now I'll go back to the top layer, use the eraser tool again, and now I'm going to kind of clean this up a little bit. Okay, and make a rock over here. All right. This could be one rock here. So what I might do is use the clone stamp tool again. But I'll grab this rock here and I'll kind of blend it here. So I'll make it kind of like this kind of a rock. All right. And then again, click over here, come back down and make sure clone stamp tool. I want to keep in here and I don't want to lose it. Maybe I'll do the opacity just a little bit less. So pick here and then just kind of do this. Right, so I'm blending this in. So that's a different shape, right? A different shape, different markings than the rest of the pieces. So again, I'm going to use the eraser tool now and just kind of keep erasing this. Oh, make sure, okay, undo, edit, undo. Make sure you stay in the right layer. I was erasing the background for a while there. So I'm going to just do that. Is this the big stone? This is the big stone here. So edit, undo. So I'm going to want to keep maybe part of the stone here, but get less of it up here. So I'm going to make this not visible. And now in this part right here, I know this is why I want to go away. So I'm going to do the clone stamp tool on this background. So I'm going back and forth between the two backgrounds. And I'm just going to kind of, no, opacity 100% again, bouncing around. There we go. So I'm basically doing this, making a field of smaller stones out of the bigger one. Put this back on top, and now I can go ahead and keep on erasing. This, again, edit, undo. Make sure you're in the right layer on the top one. So I think I'm getting close to the end here of this trial. We'll see what comes out of it. There, let's just kind of. All right, so if I step back here a little bit, it looks pretty jumbled to me. Definitely something different going on. Not sure if it's going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to use the crop tool here. And I'll come into the sides here, come in from the bottom here. And I'm going to right click, crop, and I will merge down. So it's now one element instead of the two of them on top of each other. Something I'm looking at right here is right here. There's a little funny shape here, similar to this little funny shape. And so I'm just going to go in here with the clone stamp tool real quickly, pick up this surface, and then I'm just going to kind of and make this a little smaller. Okay. So now this shape is a little different. Pick up over here. All right, so now we're kind of getting in there. Perhaps I might just even kind of get in here a little bit. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. That's a different shape. Okay, so these two kind of repeat themselves right here, right? So maybe I'll come in here. Maybe I'll pick this one here. Just kind of get it in here. right? So I'm now basically kind of making. Now we've got some couple stones there. Now that might become a problem because they are very similar. Let me get in here a second. They're very similar size right next to each other. So I'm going to see how that's going to repeat itself. But okay, let's go to image, canvas size. Okay, that's all right. All right, let's go to filter, other, offset, and I just want to make like, you know, something like that. Okay, can I see anything here? Well, these three brown stones look very similar, and this one looks very similar. Yeah, I don't like that too much. So again, the clone stamp tool is going to be our help, and I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make this one a gray stone. So I'm going to kind of play around with this to get that gray stone going on here. And then I'm coming here and I'm going to get that, you know, that grouping here. Okay, so now we have a different stone here than this one. This one looks a little too odd. Let me get in here and kind of let's go what, I don't know where I'm going to go from here. So there's a lot of stones here in the row. I'm not sure, that might be a problem. Maybe I can grab some of these over here and these are like three stones in a row, about the same kind of look about them. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and then this one here. Again, I keep wanting to get rid of this kind of line, make it more rounded so it's not quite so different feeling about it. Okay, all right. Again, I'm trying to break up this. Okay. This area here could probably use some help. Seems a little darker than the rest. Okay. Okay, let's go filter, offset again. That straight line here drives me nuts. That's maybe a new straight line we got going on here now. So, and they're brown, 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 blue, and black. Okay. I want something in here. So this is a lot larger piece now, isn't it? Because I had okay. So these two are the same here. These are the same relationship. So, yep. I'm gonna get this black one here and kind of get it in this corner. See what that does for us. So just by having a little larger piece, it's already going to be, you know, it will have more variation. So anytime I see a stone that's kind of so I'm going to go up in here, I think. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like now. Let's go File, Save As. I'll give it a different name. Let's put in the SketchUp model. So I'm going to File, Import, go to that desktop, that large Terrazzo 2, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag this until the pieces look about the same size. And well, I mean, we're still getting some amount of patterning going here, but I think it's a lot less. So one thing you could do also, you can right click texture position and rotate it just a bit so it's not quite on axis. I think if you still find this objectionable, what's happening is there's too many pieces along this band. Too many pieces. I would just bring in a little bit more of this smaller stone. So looking at this piece, it seems to be right here. That seems to be very strong. The rest direction is fine. So it's right here in this set of stones. So I would kind of zoom in a little bit and just kind of say, well, what are we going to do here? Maybe we'll keep one of these larger ones, but these smaller ones have to go away. Especially these two look the same. Like this one looks the same as this. So maybe I would grab over here and maybe just kind of get rid of this stone the way it looks. Make something else there. Like that, okay. That made it a little different, I guess. Looking back here, so that'd be there, but that won't be there, but that'll be here. All right, let's go File, Save, and open this up. Now that we've got it, and go back to our desktop and get Texture 2. That's a little bit better. Maybe this grouping here now is the one I would look at to kind of clean up. But I think you see that's a lot different than what it was before. I just get a little bit of an angle. By the time you put furniture on here, it may not be that obvious at all either. So hopefully that information helped you out.